Hi guys, welcome to another Figuring Out Japan video. We sell all the coolest Japanese collectibles and figurines straight out of Japan, and you can find out more details about us in the description of this video, or you can just Google Figuring Out Japan and you will find all of our details there, eBay store, Facebook page, and the YouTube channel. So in this video I'm going to be talking about some of the figures coming out later this year in 2016, second half of 2016. Quite a bit to cover, so I am going to go through it as quickly as possible. So firstly, most of the figures, well, pretty much all the figures I'll be covering are Banpresto figures. The majority of figures that we sell are Banpresto. A lot of people ask us, why is that? Why do we love Banpresto so much? We just feel that, they have the biggest range, very good quality, decent affordability. Really the only other major manufacturer of figurines for, the major series is Sega Prize, which we do sell some of. In fact, there's some really cool Star Wars figures that have come out this year. And the other one's Mega House. And Mega House are actually owned by Bandai, same as Banpresto. But Mega House make very, very few figures. Each figure they release, it has a very limited quantity and it's very, very expensive. So they're kind of the Ferraris of the figurine world, if that makes sense. So they're not really very affordable figures, but we can get Mega House figures in, especially if you do want to purchase them. But anyway, and the other thing I want to mention is these figures are mainly the larger figures, so I'm not going to be looking at the smaller, um, you know, world collectible figures and that kind of stuff. It's kind of 15 centimeters or larger. But if you want any more information about any other figures, feel free to leave a comment. So as I said, just quickly, I just want to go through June, because there was a lot of stuff released in June. So we had the Goemon Ishikawa Master Stars piece from Lupin. We had the Boku no Hero Academia, so My Hero Academia. Massively popular, that figure, actually. Easily our #1 selling item for June 2016. So special shout out to all of those fans of My Hero Academia. The other main figures we had was the Groovy Baby Shot Fujiko Mine. That was the first series of the Groovy Baby Shot for Lupin. We had the Bartolomeo Sculptures. Both versions of those were released in June. We had the Dramatic Showcase second season for Dragon Ball, which was the entire Ginyu Force. We had Captain Ginyu, Jace, Berta, Galdu, and Raccoon. Where's Galdu and Raccoon? There they are. There's Galdu and Raccoon. We also had the final Ace Jeans Freak figure released. So that concludes the Jeans Freak series. Bartolomeo was volume 11, so that was also recently released. We had both versions of the Super Saiyan 3 Goku S Cultures Series 6 released. The second version was actually only released yesterday. What else did we have here? So there's the second version of Bartolomeo, and there's the second version of Super Saiyan 3 Goku, and there is the Sanji King of Artists, which was also released yesterday. If we look ahead to July, we've got some big figures coming out in July as well. We have the Resolution of Soldiers Series 1 Super Saiyan Goku, so that's coming out in about a week. Both versions of Trafalgar Law had a lot of people who pre-ordered this from us asking us. This was voted the most popular figure in that line. That's why it was released last. So I know it's been a long wait, but that's coming out in the next week. So if you pre-ordered that from us, we'll be sending them out very soon. We also have the new Grand Line Men series for the One Piece film Gold. If you're not aware, there is a new One Piece movie coming out on July 23, I believe, in Japan. So if you are in Japan, you can check that out in cinemas. And yeah, this is the new bad guy. I forget what his name is. He does have a name, of course. But yeah, Series 1 is Luffy and this guy. And the second season is Brook and Chopper. And we also have the Grand Line Lady series for the One Piece Gold film, which is Nami and Nico Robin. We have another Master Stars piece figure for the Lupin series, Rebecca Rossellini. Quite a few figures of her coming out later this year as well. There's the Grand Line Men series for film Gold that I mentioned before. I know I'm going through these very quickly, but I wanted to focus more on the figures coming out after July. So all of these are listed on our store for pre-order. Later in July, we have the Dramatic Showcase Series 3, which is Super Saiyan Goku and Perfect Frieza. I'm so glad they're releasing them on the same day. The last few, they've staggered them, even for a set of 2. They've had them like 2 or 3 weeks apart. It's very annoying. So that's pretty much everything that's coming out in July. So let's now have a look for the rest of the year. So this one is coming out in June, and let me just get that out of the way. So this is coming out in October, I think, and I think this is a dramatic. So I think it might be a creator. I think some sites are listing it as dramatic showcase, but I think it's a creator. So you can see Goku with angel wings. So that's going to be a pretty popular figure, I think. Because the only other figure that was released of that in Japan was a double chance Ichiban Kuji, extremely rare, easily a few $100s. So for those of you who want a figure of Goku like that, that's going to come out, and there is a better view of it. So you can see the wings actually look really nice and detailed. Even his hair has sort of got the lines there. So that's going to be a very popular figure. So that's going to be in October. Then probably what I'm looking forward to the most, we have the Dramatic Showcase Series 4. This is also coming out in October, and this is going to be of Majin, Vegeta, and Trunks. So this is, of course, just before Vegeta sacrifices himself to Majin Buu. So that's definitely going to be a popular figure as well. Probably one of the most emotional parts or scenes in the movie, I think. You know, Vegeta finally acknowledges that, yeah, he does actually care about his family and his children and what happens to Earth. This one is the Resolution of Soldiers, and this is the third one, and it's Hercule. I've said before, I really hope Banpresto continue to make figures of these secondary type characters that we haven't, we really haven't had a proper figure of Hercule released before. So I'm really happy that we're going to have one of Hercule there. 2 versions. A lot of people are asking, why did Banpresto release this kind of second version? A lot of people like to do repaints in Japan, and they did it with Yes Cultures as well. So that's why there's recently been a second version of kind of just a monotone release. I think that's the reason anyway. I don't actually know officially. So there's Hercule, and then in December we're going to get the Super Saiyan 2 Gohan for Resolution of Soldiers as well. Now we don't have a color version or image of that, but you can see from the mold it's going to be pretty damn awesome. Moving along, so that's pretty much it at this stage for Dragon Ball. So this is a Gintama series that's going to come out. Gintama usually doesn't sell too well, but if you're a fan of those 2 figures are coming out as well. This is of I think Kingdom, so that's a creator series that's coming out in August. So that one's not too far away. Of Shin. So what have we got next? So now we've got some Lupin figures. So this is coming out in October, and this looks like to be some kind of bust type figure, or it actually kind of looks like a bottle opener, but I don't think it is. So I don't know. I suspect they might release a few more of those of the different characters, and we also have some box art as well, which is pretty rare. So yeah, that one's coming out in October, as I said. Another series of the Baby Shot series. So this one looks to be of Rebecca Rossellini. So again, 3 versions in each of those series. So they look pretty cool. Moving along, we have the Fujiko Mine. So there's going to be a second Master Stars piece figure of Fujiko Mine released. You can see here she's kind of looking like a sort of businesswoman. She's got her business pants on and a shirt. And as always, they kind of sexy it up a bit. But yeah, I think that looks like a pretty nice figure. Lupin series have been pretty popular. A lot of the Master Stars figures have been selling. So to date, just to recap, we've had Lupin, Jigen Daisuke, Fujiko Mine, Inspector Zenigata, and Goemon Ishikawa. I mentioned at the start of this video. So this is the 6th one in that set, the Master Dust piece. The Groovy Baby Shot is also roughly in the same scale as well. So if you're kind of going for that display, those are there as well. So that was coming out in November. And then in December we have, so this is a creator of Wedding Lupin, and that looks like Rebecca Rossellini, so that's a pretty cool figure as well that's coming out. They'll probably be 2 separate figures, but I don't know, we might sell them as a set, we might sell them individually, doesn't really matter either way. And then this is coming out in October, which is pretty late because it's actually for the One Piece film Gold, which, as I said, comes out in July. And this is the Manhood series. You can see Luffy is punching. I really should have checked what his name was. I totally forgot, but we have got the listing up on our site, so you can check that out. So yeah, if you remember, actually, there was a Manhood Series 1 that came out a few years ago of Lupin and Zeto. I nearly forgot his name. Zeto from one of the other One Piece movies. Very similar fashion as well. But you can see the base, because I don't know much about the movie, but I think it's kind of got a casino setting. That's why it's called Gold. So I think that is actually going to be the actual base that I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that is going to be the actual base that they use, which looks like a gold bullion. So that's pretty cool. That's coming out in October. Then we have Creator Silver's Rayleigh, so that's going to be really cool. There's only one other figure to date of Rayleigh, which is in the Grand Line Men's series. It's a pretty rare figure, relatively expensive. Really cool character, I think, but we haven't seen much of in the One Piece series, but it's great that we're going to get a creator of him. That's coming out in October. Then in October we've got, now this is called the Naked 2017 One Piece Body Calendar. It looks like the first one's going to be of Lucci, and I don't know what this series is, but it might be a bit like the Jeans Freak series that we saw this year, where they kind of have the more just a kind of standalone series. So this year we had Jeans Freak 12 characters all wearing jeans, so maybe they're going to have a few characters like, I don't know, Ace or Trafalgar Law kind of half naked, which they've kind of done already a little bit with the King of Artists series. But yeah, I don't know actually, but I'd say that could be a new line, the Body Calendar series. But anyway, Lucci coming out in October for that one. And then we have another creator also in October of Princess Shirahoshi, and you can see again, as always with the Creator series, 2 versions. So this is the red version and the blue version. A lot of people ask, why is it called Creator? It's because it's kind of battling with the sculptor and the photographer. So that's sort of why. You can see it actually here, the photographer and the sculptor. So yeah. And then the last one that I wanted to mention is One Punch Man. So this is actually coming out in October. It's going to be a pretty popular figure, I think. It's about 15 centimeters tall, and yeah, as I said, that's going to come out in October. So there you go. As always, if you have any questions, leave a comment. There probably will be some more figures announced. I remember last year, December was absolutely crazy. There were so many figures released in December, so I kind of suspect we might have a few more announcements towards later this year. There's also the S-Cultures Series 6 Dragon Ball special release of Super Saiyan Vegeta. We haven't had pictures of that yet. That's coming out in September. So this is, as I said at the start, not a complete guide, but definitely gives you a good idea of what's coming up. And as always, if you'd like to pre-order any of these, get in touch with us via the details in the description of this video. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.